Climate change is a very time-sensitive and urgent issue that is important to address.
Regardless of whether we believe it or not, it's happening.
We know that climate change will impact all of us at some point.
So I'm less concerned about getting every single person to believe that it's human caused and more the solutions.
Albemarle County, the City of Charlottesville, and the University of Virginia are collectively adopting new climate goals. We explore the plans that are currently in progress. The City of Charlottesville and Albemarle County have committed to reach a 45% reduction of greenhouse gas emissions in 2030 and achieve carbon neutrality in 2050. While the University of Virginia has a slightly different goal, Leela Garner from UVA's Office of Sustainability explains how these three organizations have joined forces to address climate change.
So we're each going to have our own respective sustainability plans, but we're all working together to make sure that we're sharing best practices and to make sure that benchmarks are met in an accessible and equitable way.
The University of Virginia has set their own goals on being carbon neutral by 2030 and fossil fuel free by 2050. They created the 2020-2030 Sustainability Plan with these 10 targets. Along with that, they're currently working on a more detailed plan to accomplish this.
It involves everything from addressing transportation on grounds, thinking about the food we consume, thinking about the materials we use in the building process, thinking about occupant engagement. So not only what materials we're using to build new buildings, but also how we're encouraging occupants inside that space to act to conserve as much energy as possible.
The Community Climate Collaborative, also known as C3, is an organization founded to help the City of Charlottesville and Albemarle County reduce their carbon emissions. Through collaboration, advocacy, and programs, C3 works with citizens, businesses, and local governments to empower them to take climate action. We spoke with Terry Kent, Director of Programs and Communications, who shares what C3 has done for the community.
First and foremost, we do the Make Your Own Impact, and that's for anyone and everyone who wants to take action with this most pressing issue. We all can do something when it comes to climate action in our homes. And then we are working with youth, so our youth leadership. So right now we're running a climate justice camp, but we also do climate action kits for elementary kids, and we're running a Green Teen Alliance. So we really want to empower the youth voice. Then we've got transit equity, energy burden that we're looking at. So those two are equity issues where transit and affordable housing intersect with the climate issue. And so we want to tackle that. We have some transit recommendations for how to help our system be more robust and cleaner and safer. And we're also working with businesses, so that's corporate sustainability. And we have our Green Business Alliance that has a very bold goal for emissions reduction. Though we do help businesses also with energy services and looking at their overall operations for sustainability.
We asked two of C3's partners about the initiatives that they have taken in being environmentally conscious and reducing climate pollution. How have they helped you achieve your sustainability goals and lowering your guys' carbon emissions?
Right, so we were really lucky to have C3 do an energy audit of our building for us. We were doing pretty good, except for we had some big things that we needed to fix, including kind of draftiness in the building and air coming in and out. And so C3 have been really supportive in answering all my questions and kind of pointing me in the right direction as I make decisions. One of the big ones was we have these beautiful gas-powered lanterns out in front of our building, and they're really pretty to look at, but they were terribly inefficient and they burned all the time. And so we turned them off about a month or two ago, and we have seen instant savings in our gas bills. We're going to put up some solar lights to replace those and still have some light out in front of the building.
Apex is a utility-scale wind, solar, energy storage, and green fuels company, and so our core business and our mission is to accelerate the shift to clean energy. Green Business Alliance is really a local-first approach to climate change, and Apex's mission really aligns very well with the Green Business Alliance and the Community Climate Collaborative. Joining the Green Business Alliance, every company sets carbon emissions reduction targets, and through that, not only are we identifying where we stand with our carbon footprint, but we're identifying opportunities. And so the Green Business Alliance has been really critical in helping identify those opportunities within our community to reduce our carbon footprint. We recently moved into Apex Plaza, this state-of-the-art sustainable headquarters here in Charlottesville. And it features on-site solar power generation and carbon sequestration via the timber framework of the building, a number of energy efficiency initiatives, and so much more. Apex is working at scale to decarbonize our economy, but every household and every business has a really meaningful role to play in that, and the Green Business Alliance is facilitating that.
Businesses, local governments, and the university are all making efforts. But what can students do as individuals or in their households to take action?
Food choices are really important when it comes to climate action. The production of meat is much more resource intensive and contributes to more emissions than a plant-based diet. I am not saying that one cannot eat meat. I eat meat, but making sure that we're prioritizing plant-based options as well. Thinking about transportation. So driving, the cost of gas right now is very, very expensive, but trying to utilize public transportation, carpooling, or walking or biking when possible. And then lastly, thinking about energy conservation inside your own homes.
Like today, it's gonna be 100 degrees. Like, are we cooling our home when we're not even there? So looking at our thermostat, students, renters, homeowners can get a LEAP energy assessment. So they can look at how well their house is insulated and weatherized. Composting in our community, because food waste does contribute to methane, and we do want to reduce that.
So if students are interested in learning about ways that they can plug into this community, taking a sustainability or energy-focused class is a great way to learn the basics of this space, but also to find resources to get involved.
Each sector in this community are working towards a greener and clean energy future. I'm Nicole Chang, WUVA.